All right, I wanted to basically give my thoughts on the whole Chris Stokes essay allegations that his ex-wife just came out and kind of confirmed earlier this week on a now deleted Facebook post. For the record, anybody that doesn't know who Chris Stokes is a music manager. He's also a writer and director. He does a lot of Tubi movies, a lot of BET films. I mean, the man's been working for a long time. Um, his first big musical like boy group was the group Immature, and then his biggest group was B2K. He also did a all white R&B male group that I loved called NLT, which stood for Not Like Them. Um, but 2024 seems to be the year of revealing stuff, and you know, I'm from LA originally. I've been hearing about Chris Stokes and the child molestation allegations for years, long before when Raz B came out and said that it happened to him. Now, all of this I'm going to put allegedly because I'm not trying to get sued, but I absolutely believe all of the allegations 1000%. I've met Chris Stokes in person. He's a weirdo. You could feel the weird energy exuberating out of him, and I always thought he was gay, so I was totally surprised when I found out that he actually um was married to a female. I was like, okay. Um, it's funny. Raz B came out and said all these things happened to him, named Chris Stokes. And you know what the internet did and what the world did? They laughed at him, they made fun of him, and they considered him to be mentally ill and completely dismissed him. It's funny, the industry does that. The moment you speak truth, you're considered crazy. If you go back through history timeline of different people who spoke out against any type of entertainment industry or any industry for that matter, they're always considered crazy. They get labeled insane. I find it funny that Cat Williams did that interview this year and nobody called him crazy. Nobody denied what he said, but y'all was calling him crazy before. So Chris Stokes' ex-wife went on her Facebook post and basically said that everything that we've been hearing is true. I'm paraphrasing. And I guess she's going through a spiritual awakening right now and feels the need to cleanse her soul. She probably feels guilty because let's keep it real. She knew what was going on with him. And was crazy you laid down and still had kids with him. Now, I can't judge her because I don't know her situation, but it doesn't sound like it was a very good situation. What's interesting is Raz B said so many things about Chris Stokes. He mentioned Marcus Houston, who's Batman in the group Immature. Let me go back. Let's talk about the group Immature for a minute. So most people know the group Immature as being Batman, Marcus Houston, Romeo, I can't remember his real name, but he's the one with the eye patch, and then LDB, Little Drummer Boy, which is Kelton Kessie. The original group was Batman, Romeo, and I believe he was half Filipino, half black, cute kid named Half Pint in their group originally. Half Pint recorded their first album with them, did performances, and then he mysteriously disappeared out of the group. His parents took him out, never saw him again, never heard from him again. And I always wondered, like, something happened to him. Because why do you leave a hit popular group like that? Like, they were big when I was a kid. Everybody knew Immature. Everybody knew the song Munchies, and we all knew it. They could sing. So I thought that was interesting. So when I was in sixth and seventh grade, I was in junior high with LDB, Kelton Kessie. And, I asked him a couple questions about the group. Nothing about SA or anything like that because that rumor hadn't circulated yet. I forget how old I was in sixth grade, but it hadn't quite circulated yet. But I just remember him being in the group, and he low-key used to bully me because I used to be a lot fatter when I was younger, but whatever. Anyway, he seems like he's doing well. I saw him on this last season of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, and he looked good, looked like a decent grown man. But anyway, so I watch a lot of reality TV, and now I'm going to go back a couple years. Marriage Boot Camp reality stars. I forget which season it was, but there was a young man named Travis Garland, real cute white boy. He was in Chris Stokes' white R&B boy group NLT. The way I discovered NLT was when I was in film school in the early 2000s. I used to watch a lot of teen programming still because, I still had teenage angst. And I happened to love the show Degrassi. And it used to come on, which is now no longer the Noggin channel, which during the day it was like a little kids programming. And then it in the evening, stop, kitty, stop tearing up my sofa. In the evening, it would be like a teen drama, teen type show, and they would play Degrassi in a show called Radio Free Roscoe. I used to love both those shows. That's how I discovered who Drake was, but back then I knew him as Aubrey Graham. Anyway, in between shows, they would play music videos, and they used to play NLT's music videos. They have this song called That Girl. That song is the bomb. Please look it up. Great song. But the group composed of 4 white teenage boys, and the main singer, I don't remember his name, but he would later go on to become a very big actor on Glee. He played the character who was in the wheelchair. I can't remember his name. I didn't watch Glee too closely like that, but I always remembered him from that singing group. So fast forward to me watching Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars, and I see Travis Garland, who was one of the singers in the group, on the show. And he was dating Aubrey O'Day at the time. So they were on there to, go over relationship stuff. So anyway, in one of the episodes, he's talking to both of the doctors about his experience when he first moved to LA and first joined the music group. Now, he never named a name, but he said something that was very telling. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, but he said a lot of disturbing things happened to me while I was in that group, and someone took advantage of me. And when I told my parents, we lost everything. And I think he's from like Ohio or somewhere. He's from the Midwest somewhere. I could be wrong, but I recall the Midwest. And what's interesting to me is I knew exactly who he was talking about. I was like, he's talking about Chris Stokes, allegedly. I know he's talking about Chris Stokes, allegedly. So I find it interesting that we are 22 days into 2024 and so much has been revealed. And the irony, and I've been saying this for over a year now, I wonder when all of the pedophiles are going to start getting called out. And then Chris Stokes' ex-wife decides to confirm these allegations against him. Now, no one has come out and said anything else, but I think it's good that we raise awareness. Chris Stokes is a creep. And I believe everything that anyone said about him. He's never come off with good energy. And let's keep it real. Raz B is damaged by what happened to him. It is apparent. I watched last season of Bad Boys Texas, and they mentioned Chris Stokes' name. They actually bleeped his name out in the episode. Prince said it because Raz B was drunk at the club talking about what happened to him. This man needs healing and help. And before I forget, before I end, because this video is long as hell, Quentin Tarver, really amazing young black boy. He was a singer. He's in the movie Romeo and Juliet, the one with Leonardo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. He's the little black kid that sings in the choir. I think he re-sang When Doves Cry. He came out against Chris Stokes and said that he was essayed by Chris Stokes. And you know what's crazy? Quentin Tarver died not too long after in a car accident. Interesting. Anyway, don't believe the hype. These people in the industry are wicked and they're creepy. And what's sad is they have these child abusers working with your kids. Look at Disney. Look at Nickelodeon. Look into Nickelodeon and who works at Nickelodeon. They protect the abusers, and that's scary to me. So whatever's happening to Chris Stokes, I hope more is revealed about him because I feel like he's gotten away with this for far too long. It's like an R. Kelly situation. Oh, he's been in the game, 30 plus years? There's just something weird about it. Something very weird about it. And if you have been essayed, I'm sorry. I hope you get the help that you need. Raz B, please get the help that you need because you need it, baby. You are a talented man. You have a lot to offer this world. And I feel like you're still hurting from that. I don't know how anybody gets over that, but you got to get therapy and you got to get healing.